All right, what is up, everybody? Am I streaming? I believe I am. Okay. For some reason, it's not showing up on my phone, but whatever. Anyway, so welcome to tonight's cheer league match between Pure Gaming and Big Damn Heroes. So these are two Division Three teams. This is the first time I'm casting a non-placement match for Season Two. But these are a couple Division Three teams squaring off here tonight. Um, Both teams did participate last season in cheer league. Uh, Both teams did okay. Kind of around the 500 range. Pure Gaming went 3-4. Mostly lost to pretty good Division One teams, so can't really fault them for that. But Big Damn Heroes, they ended the season on a 2-game win streak and know they're looking to get the season off to a good start. Hoping to continue that momentum a little bit. But tonight's match, it's going to be on Battlefield of Eternity, so probably no Abathur, I'm guessing. Probably no Vikings. Not seeing a lot of that anyway, but yeah, I would expect maybe some solid auto attack heroes, maybe a Greymane, maybe Lunara. Yeah, just someone who can really do a good if I could speak, someone who can really do just really sustain consistent damage on the Immortals. So we're waiting on one more person to finish up their match, and then we will be ready to get started. So why don't we talk a little bit about the patch today? So this game did have a big patch that came out, which honestly we could see have a big impact on the game today. For one, though, the KT bug was fixed, so I guess KT is I guess he's usable now. No more infinite living bombs, so that is a good thing. Um, they changed Falstad. They changed his Mighty Gust. They increased the cooldown from 40 to 60 seconds. So definitely a needed change. I think one a lot of us saw coming for a while. Almost to the point where it's like, why have they changed that yet? I know Thrall also got a nerf to Sundering. They changed. I think the stun used to be 1.5 seconds. Now it's 1.25 seconds. So second and a quarter rather than second and a half. Which, honestly, probably pretty needed. Sundering was such a strong engage heroic. Probably still will be, but maybe not quite as overpowered now. Honestly, now that I think about it, this could probably affect Diablo's win percentage too, because Apocalypse after Sundering is just so strong, and now it's going to be a little harder to set that up. The window of doing Apocalypse after Sundering is you have a quarter second less to do that, so might make the overall effectiveness of Diablo go down just a little bit. But yeah, still just waiting on the fifth guy, so finishing up a match. Should be ready to go here shortly. So while we wait for the fifth guy, let's have a little story time. So I've ever since this past weekend where all the heroes have been free, and I've been trying out some other heroes that I hadn't. Well, I mean, obviously the weekend's over, but while the free weekend was going on, was trying out some heroes that I didn't have who thought maybe looked interesting, and that I don't have weren't free, and yeah, just don't really get a chance to try out. Really liked Abathur, surprisingly. It's, I mean, when you actually play him, it's just like, oh my god, this is so much work. There's so much going on that I'm doing. Just constantly managing mines, constantly managing the symbiote hats. Trying to put mines in bushes so you can burrow there, and then spit some locusts out and that kind of thing. I don't know how effective Abathur was. I mean, it seems like you work awfully hard, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know how good he is. It just I don't know the impact. I don't know if he makes enough of an impact. It seems like it takes him too long to get going as far as like a lane pusher. Yeah, it's not until like 16 where he can like spawn 3 locusts and 20 where he can set up the nests. Like it really takes him a while to get going. Whereas like the other specialists are very early game, very good at early game pushers. Someone like Gazlo or Zul or Zagara. So it's kind of interesting that he's more of a late game pusher, and then early on he's, I don't know, just terrible. I mean, mostly he's setting up mines, which don't really do anything until level 7. I guess mostly, he's setting up symbiote heads. I don't know, I guess he's mostly supposed to be focused on soaking in the beginning, but interesting character. Tried out Nova some. I did enjoy her. I think a lot of people are complaining about the changes she's had, but as someone who didn't play Nova a lot before the changes, I did give her a try. I did enjoy her quite a bit. I still think she's kind of the queen of quick match. A lot of people, a lot of comps, and just can't handle her. In quick match, people generally aren't very coordinated. They're not watching for Nova, so she can just kind of go ham. So I liked her, but the one I've been enjoying the most of all, and the one I actually picked up and I've just been playing a bunch of, even though I'm not great with him, is Greymane. Really liking Greymane. I think he's just a really interesting character. The way he works, the way he's, he starts off as a ranged assassin, just kind of poking at things, very very Raynor style, but then he can just literally beast on people, like literally turn into a beast, literally jump on people. It's very interesting. Kind of learning all his combos is a lot of fun. Trying to figure out the proper order to do things. It's like when I go in, should I use my razor swipe, or should I save that as kind of a disengage? Because it kind of propels you forward when you do it. So if you're trying to run away, you can run away, swipe to get some distance, and then hopefully that buys you enough time to use your disengage to turn back into your human form. But I'm really liking him, and that and kind of managing your inner beast to make sure that you're getting enough hits to keep it going. I've taken the town at level 1 where the cooldown is reduced. For every auto attack you get off while in inner beast. So as long as you get 16, like you can cast it again freely without any kind of cooldown. So trying to figure out how to if you're in the 5 or 6 hit range, just trying to work in as many hits as you can to keep that going, so that you're ready to cast that again when you need it. But it's looking like our 5th person is here, so I'm going to go ahead and get the draft set up. So I'm going to hand out the observer links to everyone. So just give me 1 second here. It is very difficult to communicate to try and speak and do something like paste a link all at the same time. So, but doing the best I can. It's kind of funny. I mean, people who do like play-by-play, like Al Michaels and those guys who do football and stuff. For them to do what they do and have someone talking in their ear, delivering information, or for them to not lose their train of thought, for them to continue speaking normally, and process that information all while speaking at the same time. That is harder than brain surgery. That is a very difficult skill. That is something that I don't think people realize how difficult it is. And all I'm trying to do is paste the link and set up a draft. Nothing very difficult. And it is a struggle for my little pea brain. So I have the draft going, so I'm going to switch over to that. The links have been given out, so hopefully. Oops. Hang on one sec. But just give us 1 second here. I just need to make sure everyone is on the right side. And then they're having some issues with their voice comms, so wonder if it's Discord. I actually caught some of Joship's stream last night. They were basically saying it without explicitly saying it. They were saying basically throwing Discord under the bus, saying how comms always go down right when you need them. So okay, so let's see here. Need to change a couple people. So I would be curious if these guys are using Discord. So okay, cool. I think we're all good. So just waiting on these guys to go ahead and start the draft. They could be still working out their voice comms, so yeah, it's Discord. So but yeah, Pure Gaming just trying to add one more person to their Discord. So Discord is a program I started using pretty recently, the past week or two. I really like it. I'm very impressed. It's very polished, very flashy, very functional too. Yeah, it does absolutely everything you want it to. Chat history, the way it handles servers so people can join them. It's very nice. It does permissions well. The way it automatically opens links. If you're linking to an image or something, the fact that it opens it up and puts that right in the chat, very nice, very convenient. So it's something that I'm definitely pretty impressed with. And on top of that, like the voice quality is really good too. It seems like it does everything TeamSpeak does, but just like way better without sucking. So it does seem to be like a really great program. I think the only kind of drawback at the moment is, I guess, some of these technical issues. Apparently it's dropping at bad times, but none of that matters right now because the draft has begun. So I believe all the issues are resolved. So Pure Gaming, they are going to get the first pick, first ban here in tonight's draft. I'm going to be interested to see if Falstad and Illidan or even Thrall are highly prioritized here in the beginning after the nerfs they got in the recent patch. But Zul, I don't believe got any changes, so he's still very strong. Don't believe Li Ming got any changes, so. But no, it is still going to be Illidan, first ban. So there is still showing a good deal of respect for Illidan. But Li Ming going to be banned as well, so if Pure Gaming wants, they could go with a Azul perhaps, maybe Rhaegar. But they definitely have their choice of all sorts of strong heroes. Not sure who's all that strong anymore after all the changes, but it is going to be Rhaegar. So they are going to pick up the top support in the game. Rhaegar, don't believe he got any nerfs in the patch, so Rhaegar still very strong. Still a top support, despite all of Blizzard's attempts to nerf him. But Zagara is going to be picked up by Big Damn Heroes. Very, still a very strong hero. She did get some nerfs a while back, made her hunter killers a little easier to kill, but it doesn't seem to have really hurt her win percentage all that much. But Zagara very strong on this map. Great auto attack damage on the Immortals. The creep tumor she can set up gives so much vision around the Immortal fights, so it's great for sniffing people out. But Thrall is going to be the other pick, so. Big Damn Heroes, they're grabbing all of these solo laners. They're all also very strong on this map. Well, we'll see how strong he is despite the nerfs. But speaking of heroes that are picked anyway, despite nerfs, Falstad picked up by Pure Gaming. Gonna be interested to see if they go with Mighty Gust or if they just go for the Hinterland Blast. Mighty Gust was of course nerfed. 40 seconds to 60 seconds, so that not going to be able to do that nearly as often, but ETC is picked up by Pure Gaming, so I don't think this is a strong map for ETC. There's a lot of choke points where ETC can come out of the vents and do a hard power slide in, do a mosh pit, and really catch a lot of people in it because of them all being caught in the choke points. So, Big Damn Heroes, they have their mid ban now. They're going to go with Zul. Okay. I do think that's a smart ban. He's a very strong hero who has miraculously made it this far in the draft. But Pure Gaming, they don't have much in terms of specialist. Falstad's Wave Clear is pretty good, but not as strong as Zul. But a strong Bone Prison could really be devastating for Big Damn Heroes. But Pure Gaming, they might want to be thinking about a Warrior ban here. Maybe a Muradin. Muradin is a... Not only can he interrupt Mosh Pit, but he can really slow down Falstad's auto attacks. And plus, he's just an incredibly tanky hero. But they go with Johanna, who I think is also a solid ban. She can also interrupt Mosh Pit and blinds. She can basically stop Falstad's auto attacks. And she has to do it from a safer distance than Muradin can, so I do think it's a solid ban on the part of Pure Gaming. But two more picks coming up for Big Damn Heroes. They still need a support. They still need a warrior. I would expect Muradin to be picked up. And maybe, I'm not sure who they would pick up as the support at this point. I can see Lieutenant Morales, maybe? Pure Gaming is not all that dive heavy, so could maybe get away with a Morales, but they're going to go with Diablo. They could be looking to go for a Sundering into Apocalypse combo. But as I was saying leading up to this match, because the stun duration was reduced on Sundering, it's now only a second and a quarter instead of a second and a half. It's going to be a lot more difficult to time Apocalypse with the Sundering. The window for landing the Apocalypse afterwards is just so much tighter now. You know, you have a quarter of a second less, which is an eternity in a game like this. Um, so it's going to be difficult to do that. But Vala also picked up by Big Damn Heroes, who is going to put out a lot of damage on the Immortals. She has a tremendous amount of sustained damage that she can put out. Yeah, especially after the buffs to her auto attack build, which is kind of her only viable build now after they nerfed her multi-shot build. Welcome, comrade. Good to see you in the chat. But Sonya and Raynor are picked up for Pure Gaming, so ETC and Sonya, that is a formidable pair. So if ETC lands a mosh pit, Sonya can basically go Wrath Berserker, go ham. If she takes leap, I mean, she could theoretically like leap in and stun everyone after the mosh pit and dish out a whole ton of damage. And then Raynor, he's going to be able to really do a lot of damage on the Immortal, and really be able to capitalize, I think, well on anyone in mosh pit. But Uther is going to be the final pickup for Big Damn Heroes. I don't know about Uther here. I don't know if they have anyone that they really need to Divine Shield. I could see Thrall. If Thrall is in there, he's at about half health. Uther can give him Divine Shield, and Thrall can basically go ham, do a lot of damage, get his health up, thanks to his trait. But this isn't a map that has a lot in terms of regeneration globes. It's only a 2-lane map, and the majority of the action takes place in the middle, where there are no globes basically spawning ever. There's only 2 that come at the conclusion of an Immortal fight, and you have to win that fight to get those globes. So Uther just really does not have a large opportunity to gather up regen globes to not only help him recover his mana, but also help his mana regen. And he's a character who has extreme mana issues. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. As far as damage goes, though, I do feel like Big Damn Heroes, they do have quite a bit of it. Zagara and Vala, they're going to put out a lot of sustained damage. And Thrall's going to add some burst, add some engage. Same goes for Diablo. But I think the drafts are pretty solid on both sides. Don't know who I give it to. Which, who got nerfed worse? The Heroes on Pure Gaming or Big Damn Heroes? Don't know. So, even though, I can still see Mighty Gust being used for Pure Gaming, they'll just have to be a little more choosy about it. They'll probably have to wait to use it during a mosh pit. Yeah, so, I mean, ETC could land a mosh pit, Falstad could Mighty Gust the rest of the team away, and then they can focus on basically everyone who's inside the mosh pit. Uther, though, he does have tools to get 2 people out of the mosh pit for free. Assuming he doesn't land in there himself, but he can take Cleanse at level 7, which will get 1 person out, and then he can use Divine Shield to also interrupt that to get someone else out. But let's see. I actually do see 4 interrupts though on the side of Big Damn Heroes for mosh pit. Zagara can Devouring Maw, ETC out of it. Thrall can use Sundering. Diablo can APOC, or if he's cleansed or has Divine Shield, he can run up there and overpower Shadow Charge, or he just use Apocalypse if he's not in it. And then Uther, same thing. If he has Divine Shield, he can drop a hammer on ETC and interrupt it. But because there's so many interrupts for Mosh Pit, it might be wise of Falstad to take Hinterland Blast, and just the instant the Mosh Pit goes off, just count on it not being around for a long time, and just immediately do the Hinterland Blast. Same goes for Sonya. She might want to take Leap and just do it immediately as soon as the Mosh Pit hits. I mean, you can count on the mosh pit probably being interrupted, but if you get your big burst attacks off super quickly, then by the time it's been interrupted, you've done the majority of your damage. All right, well, it's looking like everyone is ready, so here we go. So this is the first week of this season. So I think teams are trying to get their communication systems all set up and work out all the details and everything. But we are underway. So we do have Brogdan on ETC, Pringles on Falstad, who is the captain, the Tiny on Nazeebo, Zythar on Sonya, and Chrome Extra on Rhaegar. And the captain, Cowboy Kyle, is on Thrall, Good Doctor is on Zagara, Jalise on Vala, Wonate 7 on Uther, and Belias on Diablo. Yeah, I should have figured out how to pronounce these names ahead of time. Wonate 7. Okay. But this is going to be a Battlefield of Eternity. You know, wait a second. Was Nazeebo wasn't drafted? Oh boy. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, instead of Raynor, that's Nazeebo. Don't know. Yeah. And I guess I can't pause it, and I don't think I can communicate with them. Oh boy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't think anyone can see this, but what I don't like is that I am, I'm kind of like the referee of this match, and then it's like no one can see what I'm saying. No one can. Now let's see here. Let's see here. Maybe I can go. Maybe I can whisper through like the Battle.net clients. Let's give that a try. Actually, you know what? Let's see. I'm trying. I don't think I'm friends with any of these people, so oh my god, I can't whisper them. Yeah. I guess we're just gonna play it out. I don't. All right, well, I guess we're playing it. Pre-Gal's deciding. I guess we're just doing it. So. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna do this, so anyway. So the Red Immortal is going down fairly quickly. I do think there's more DPS on the side of Pure Gaming, so I think if they just focus down the Immortal, I think they can get it faster. Nazeebo can do a ton of work on the Immortal. But it looks like they didn't get a good jump on it, and the Immortal's actually going to go over to Big Damn Hero. Is not entirely sure how that happened. Maybe I was completely wrong about Pure Gaming having more sustained damage potential. Oh well. But Sonya in a bit of trouble. Does get rooted, but she is going to survive. Zythar is going to get away, no problem. But we're actually seeing a 4-man push in the bottom lane, whereas we do have a 4-man defense in the top lane. I take that back. Falstad decided he's going to go bottom and stop the push down there, which I think is smart. That's really taking good advantage of his global mobility. Something they did not nerf in any way in the patch. But that was smart. The Immortal was almost dead, so he didn't really need to be up there anymore, but he did need to come bottom and stop the push that was happening in the bottom lane, or really stop that bleeding. But Sonya, Zythar in a lot of trouble, not going to get away this time, and Sonya falls from the great overpower Shadow Charge by Diablo, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade as Diablo is going to fall. Managed to secure the kill on Sonya, but not without losing his own life. But it's looking like the main 4-man squad is in the bottom lane, while Nazeebo and Zagar are up in the top lane. Actually, Falstad going up to help Nazeebo out a little bit. Actually, Rhaegar managed to get picked off somehow. If I were a betting man, I would say probably if I could speak, landed a good Shadow Wolf on him, and wow, Rhaegar falls, or who was that? Who was that? ETC falls as well, so it's Sonya falling too, so just one after one, heroes dying here in the bottom lane. And Big Damn Heroes, they're going to take the first floor of the game. Wow, so just all those staggered deaths just led to them not being able to defend the bottom lane and just really capitalizing on the advantage there. Not only do they have a 2-level lead, but they also have a talent advantage, and they have a big structure advantage. And they're probably going to use that to get the Immortal, too. So we see a 4-man offense on the Immortal by Pure Gaming, but a 5-man squad shows up to defend it, and ETC falls, so... But this is smart. It looks like Vala is going to start attacking the Immortal, whereas everyone else is protecting their own Immortal. Which I think is smart. They're preventing halftime from going off. But halftime has been reached. Someone managed to come in and sneak some damage on the red team Immortal to basically stop the attack that Val and Zagara had going on. But it's like everyone is regrouped. An attempted defense is coming down by Pure Gaming, and it's looking like it's going to be a success. Wantesev is going to fall as Uther, but the Immortal ends up being picked up by Big Damn Heroes. Now, I thought I heard a camp go off, but I don't know. Not sure what that was all about, but Uther falls, but they do manage to secure the Immortal. So it's going to be up in the top lane. I don't think I need to mention that the Immortal always attacks the strongest lane. I think we're all experienced Heroes of the Storm players watching this. But we actually don't see anyone pushing with the Immortal, so it's probably not even gonna get the fort, which is a bit of a shame. But everyone was fairly low on Big Damn Heroes, so even though they got the Immortal, they weren't healthy enough to go push with it, and Vala actually falls in the bottom lane, so good job by Falstad taking care of her. So Pringle's giving the instruction to soak to 10, giving that to everyone involved. Observer's the other team. but don't think he's giving away any crucial information there. But a Divine Shield goes down on Diablo to save him, and a gigantic Rain of Vengeance goes down, and Nazeebo ends up falling. But that Divine Shield just really turned that engagement around. Allowed Diablo to not only die, but continue to be relentless, and for Vala to land that Rain of Vengeance, and now the top 4 will end up falling. So, Big Damn Heroes, they capitalized on the fact that they had their level 10 abilities, they had their talents, and Pure Gaming did not. So it's looking like this, thinking about invading this Bruiser camp here, and they're gonna take it. Because no one is around on Pure Gaming to really come contest it. ETC thinking about... Oh, but a Mosh Pit goes down, Leap! And big Ancestral Healing goes down on Falstad. The camp has been taken, though. I believe Big Damn Hero secured that, but... I think every heroic has just been used. Absolute insanity, but so far this is a 1-for-1 trade. Rhaegar ends up falling. Nazeebo is awfully low. Nazeebo ends up falling. But so does Vala. So a 2-for-2 trade, and the Immortal, and the Bruiser camp goes down for Big Damn Heroes. So not only that, but they're also gonna get this Immortal. So even though, I mean, that was a strong defense of the Bruiser camp by ETC and Pure Gaming. Unfortunately, it was not enough. They could not get the Bruiser camp, and not only do they lose the camp, but they're also probably going to lose the Immortal too, because Sonya is going to be blown up. Big Hammer of Justice comes down from Uther to help secure that kill. Diablo thinking about a flank here. Goes down on Nazeebo. Big Divine Shield goes down on himself. Easiest person to save is yourself, but that Divine Shield does keep Uther alive. Allows him to keep everyone else up. And this is going to be, I think, a 100% Immortal. Not sure if maybe a hair of damage was done, but... in any case, this Immortal is going to be ridiculously strong, and I think we're going to see a keep go down here. If you choose to defend your Immortal, like, you're really gambling, because if you don't win the team fight on top of that, you also haven't mitigated the damage of the Immortal at all. So not only do you get wiped, you lose the team fight, but you also have a full health, full shield Immortal barreling down on you, and that's not a position you want to be in. Even only at about the 10-15 minute mark, like, a full health Immortal can win the game. I don't think that's going to happen here, but I think the keep is going to fall. But Diablo and ETC fall. Diablo going a little bit deep there. A little aggressive considering that Zagara is in the top lane split pushing, but they did have the Immortal, so... But Rhaegar is going to fall as well. So far this is a 2-for-1 trade, 3-for-1 trade. And even though Diablo fell, he's actually right back in the action thanks to his trade, thanks to having enough, so... But don't think the game is going to be over just yet. The Immortal has fallen, but people are awfully low on... Oh, wow. That Mosh Pit went down. He actually hit, I think, 3 people in it, but fortunately no one was really around to help capitalize on that. And unfortunately that's going to be on cooldown for a very long time. A longer time than the HUD is capable of showing, so... Bit of an unfortunate Mosh Pit there for ETC. But Zagara, I think, is going to be able to grab that top camp right there without any trouble. And Uther and Violet going to all secure the bottom camp, so... Basically, with the exception of their own Bruiser camp, Big Damn Heroes has basically painted the entire map red, so... We're really doing a great job with their map presence, and look at this lead. They have a 3-level lead, a talent tier lead. So that is just absolute insanity on their part. But both teams just trying to do a little bit of soaking. Trying to do what they can to close the experience gap, but it's looking like there is a bit of a push party going on here. Not sure these guys realize the amount of danger they're in. But Hammer of Justice goes down. Devouring Maw goes down on, who's in there? ETC. Apocalypse comes down after the Devouring Maw. But the Mighty Gust, I think, is going to... No, it's not. I thought the Mighty Gust was going to help ETC survive, but fortunately the Ancestral Healing not in time. And ETC does end up falling. Now, Rhaegar is awfully low too, but he does have the keep to hide behind. He does have his Spirit Wolf form. Now, Diablo's got to be careful. He's getting awfully low. But, excuse me. Oh, and a very clutch Divine Shield goes off on Vala. Had that been a frame later, Vala almost certainly would have fallen. So, great job by 1-7 here. Very clutch reflexes there. But as a result of ETC being down, don't know that Sonya being down. Don't know. So, Mosh Pit goes down, but once again, ETC does Mosh Pit and it's just blown up immediately. I thought he might be able to secure the kill on Diablo, but just not enough power behind that Mosh Pit. The rest of the team just not in a position to capitalize on it. Diablo getting awfully low, but Hammer of Justice secures the kill on Nazebo. And Blythe has got to be really careful. He has been at almost no health for such a long time. Big credit to Uther for keeping him alive for all this time. Yeah, big credit to him for keeping everyone alive for as long as he has. He's really done a great job. But another full health Immortal is going down on the side of Big Damn Heroes. Let's see what shape this keep is in. The keep is in no shape because the keep no longer exists. This is going to be game. This is almost certainly going to secure victory for Big Damn Heroes. This is a full health Immortal at the 15-minute mark. With a 3-level lead and still a talent tier lead, there is going to be almost nothing that can be done to defend this. Zythar getting awfully low, but Nazebo falls. ETC falls. Falsa manages to get away, but it's unfortunately that is going to be too late. Or it is not going to matter. That is going to be GG. So. Don't, it's unfortunate the confusion that happened in the beginning there. It's really unfortunate that I could not communicate with them and instruct them to restart the game, but hey, I mean, at the same time, you gotta pick the hero that, you drafted. You gotta make sure you do that right. You know, this is, so, for those who weren't listening yesterday, one of the things that I did mention was, that during Cheer League, during the meeting that, the casters had, prior to Season 2, one of the things that we discussed in our little meeting was whether or not we should continue with using Top Drafter or if we should use the in-game draft system. Now, ultimately, the decision that we reached was that we would continue to use Top Drafter because, first of all, that's what the pros use. Well, I don't know that they use Top Drafter, but they do use like an external drafting website. But the reason that they do that is so that you can draft a hero and then later figure out who's going to play it. So you can draft Falstad first, for instance, and then later hash out like, hey, you should play Falstad and I should play Zul or whatever. But with the in-game draft system, whoever drafts a particular hero, you're locked into playing that hero as soon as you do it. So I was pushing for the in-game draft system because, first of all, I think it looks pretty. I think it looks nice. But I also think it helps cuts down on confusion and any kind of tech. You don't have technical issues. You don't have problems with the links not working. You don't have problems with the people's browsers not working. You just really avoid all those sorts of problems. You reduce the potential for technical difficulties, and you also reduce these kinds of issues too. Where someone drafts a particular hero and then they start a game and they don't have that hero picked. That actually happened yesterday in a match as well. Fortunately, people decided to restart that one, even though I couldn't communicate with anybody. But this time, unfortunately, I think it led to a lot of confusion at the beginning of the match, and probably Pure Gaming didn't go off to. Thanks to the confusion, they didn't get off to the start they wanted. Probably didn't get the hero they wanted, didn't get the comp they wanted, which was unfortunate. A little bit self-inflicted, unfortunately. So not much. I mean, not much we can do about that. But unfortunately, that's just how it goes sometimes. I think from now on, I'm going to have to make sure that I have at least the captains added on my friends list so that I can at least whisper them and tell them if something needs to be done. But anyway, that is going to do it for our match tonight. I know I'm casting a couple more matches tomorrow night. I know I have another Division 3 match tomorrow night to cast. I hope that doesn't conflict with the actual match I'm playing in tomorrow. I haven't checked the time on that yet. But I'll be back tomorrow in any case to stream some more matches. But anyway, I thank you guys for watching. But that is going to do it for us for tonight. Thanks, guys.